Hey everybody, Andrarchy here, the former head of communications for Steemit, now ordinary Steemian. I'm thinking about experimenting with this format of like a walk and talk. So let me know what you think of that in the comment section. And also, while you're at it, I was thinking about starting a podcast series called Open Source Entrepreneurship. Now, of course, I want to talk about blockchain and decentralization and crypto, but all of these things ultimately fall under the broader category of open source software development. That's why with OpenSeed, we've always said that our mission is to accelerate the adoption of open source software, not blockchain, not crypto, open source software. That's ultimately what it's all about. And I think that it's been a mistake of the last few years that so many people are focusing on the specific type of open source software and forgetting what it's really about, which is free, public software that belongs to the people. But in today's video, what I wanted to talk about was finding meaningful work. I recently attended a meetup, Software Over Coffee. It's a Philadelphia startup. It's every Saturday, meetup. It's every Saturday. Great people, really genuine people who just love software and love talking to other people who share the same interests. Highly recommend it. And the topic came up of finding meaningful work. And I kind of said it like, oh, that's the most important thing, is finding meaningful work. And the instant response was, okay, how do I do that? That seems too optimistic. That seems unrealistic. You should settle for the work that comes your way. And I had a little difficulty actually answering it. And so what I realized this morning is that a lot of current events and recent events have shed light on this issue for me. And what I think it comes down to is not that you pick meaningful work or you find meaningful work. Instead, like, as is always the case in complex adaptive systems, like the systems that we all exist in, is that you find truth through iterative evolutionary processes. And so you always have to be experimenting. You find truth through experimentation. And what I found recently, for example, is that a lot of stuff is going on in the Steam ecosystem, right? Justin Sun acquired Steemit, and Tron and Steemit are using the tokens they acquired in various ways. And me and several of my teammates felt compelled to resign in protest of that. And now we're trying to figure out what we can do to support the community. And since that has happened, I basically haven't been watching YouTube videos, which is kind of like my addiction. I haven't been imbibing intoxicants. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. But you have to ask yourself the question of, why are you doing that? What is the purpose of it? Are you trying to medicate something? And instead, I haven't even really been sleeping. I've been getting about 5-6 hours of sleep a night, which is fine. And I wake up kind of ready to go. I wake up thinking about, what am I going to do today? Who am I going to work with? Who am I going to meet with? Who am I going to talk to? How am I going to move the ball forward? And I feel very activated. And so my argument would be that when you're doing meaningful work, you want your mind to be maximally clear and productive. And so you don't feel the need to medicate yourself. you want the clarity. You're activated. Life is giving you what you need to move forward. And so you have the energy, you have the focus, your attention is on the right things. And that's how you know you're doing meaningful work. But you don't choose it. I didn't choose any of this stuff to happen. I did my best. I promise that I did my best to prevent this from happening. I did fear that much of this stuff would happen. I and many of my teammates saw this coming and did our best to prevent it. That being said, it's here. We didn't want it, but we're doing meaningful work now. And we're more energized than we were while we were at Steemit. So I may have thought that working at Steemit was doing meaningful work. It was certainly the technology and the products that I wanted to be working on the most. But ironically, leaving that organization has me doing even more meaningful work that feels even more meaningful. And so to this question of doing meaningful work and finding meaningful work, my key takeaway is that it comes down to experimentation, being in touch with your mind and your body and how it's reacting to the current events, and trying to stay on target. Following that feeling, noticing, okay, what am I doing with my time? Am I watching YouTube videos? Am I trying to fill the time with pleasurable things? Because to me, that indicates that you don't have enough meaningful work to fill that time. And so you need to look around and you need to see if there is a place where you could be adding more value. And you need to get in there. And if it means working for free, then work for free. Trust me, you will never regret doing work that feels meaningful. And so maybe that's the real takeaway, that it's not about doing meaningful work, it's about finding meaningful work. So with that said, I need to get to work talking to my teammates, both my former Steemit teammates and my OpenSeed and OpenLink teammates. We are all committed to supporting the STEAM community in their time of need and developing technologies, solutions, products, tools that can set us up to succeed as a community. So, our STEAM proposal, our OpenSeed STEAM proposal got funding. This is great news. More than anything, it's just a validation that the STEAM community, that the STEAM stakeholders appreciate the value that our products are going to bring to them. As we've always said, we're going to give all of this money back to community members. So if you're interested in contributing to either OpenSeed or OpenLink, OpenSeed is a platform for powering decentralized applications. It's written in Python. So if you're a Python developer, reach out. OpenLink is a mobile application. It is a decentralized, private, secure, social networking and encrypted messaging application. We're building it using Flutter. So if you're a mobile developer familiar with Flutter, reach out to us. We've got funding now. It's not much, but it's something. So thanks to the STEAM community. Don't hesitate to reach out, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below.